Yo, I am your host, Nicholas Zimmerman, aka the Honorable Black Entrepreneur. Today's date is Friday, December 27th, 2024. Time is 3:15 p.m. All right, we all I guess you guys just watched the brutal beating and murder of Robert L. Brooks. I have not seen the video myself yet. Obviously, I'm only going by what I'm hearing from my family in the street about this video and what they're describing to me. What they're describing to me is just like really unbelievable at this point. And again, I haven't even seen it, but just a little bit that they're describing to me is completely crazy. And then again, the person that's describing it to me, they haven't even watched the whole thing because they can't even sit there and watch the whole thing. You guys are seeing what you guys are seeing, so you don't need me to give you any details on that. But here's why I'm doing this podcast. The question cannot be what happened, how did this transpire, why did the officers do that? What's done is done. Obviously, they didn't care what they did, and we can't take it back. The main question at this point has to be, how do we stop this from happening again in the future? That has to be our only focus. I know that might be harsh for people listening to this and saying, oh, he don't care about Mr. Brooks. How could you care at this point? You lose all feeling. You lose all empathy. You don't even got no feeling left in your body no more. When you keep seeing this over and over and over and over again. You lose feelings. You become numb to this shit that's happening from the police because you see it every day. What you guys are seeing right now in that videotape is something I bear witness to every single day in prison. Non-stop. It seems like every day they pull a prisoner out and beat his ass. Nightsticks, batons, whatever they could find. I remember one time they got the metal rods right now that Kathy Hochul, or the commissioner, decided to give to them and say, hey, use these metal rods to take away your sticks, and use a metal rod. And an officer right in front of me, he hit the dude so hard in his head, the rod bent. It bent. It looks like a question mark now. And he ran around the jail showing it to the other officers saying, look at my rod. Look what I did. Look what happened to my rod when I busted him in the head. I don't know where that prisoner is. He may have died too. I don't know what happened to him. But what I'm saying is, the question has to be, what do we do now? That has to be the main question. How do we stop this from happening? Those guys are going to go to jail. They're going to be held accountable. We can only hope so. But this has to stop. The other important point is this. Prisoners for years and years and years have filed grievances, lawsuits, complaints, letters to the superintendent, to the depths, to Albany, to the commissioners, to Kathy Hochul, to every governor that ever been in office, to the attorney general. We've been complaining about this stuff for years. And everything gets rubber stamped, swept under the rug, ignored, and justified by all of the higher ups. So if you're wondering why, I guess you guys are watching this tape saying, how could these officers do this right on videotape? How could a sergeant be standing there, a supervisor be standing there filming this while his officers kill a man right there on the tape? You want to know why? This is the point that everyone's missing. They know that no one's never going to see those videotapes. Who else in their right mind will kill somebody on a videotape knowing they're being filmed? The only person that would do that is someone who knows you will never see these videotapes. These videotapes will never see the day of light. And you know why they feel like that? You know why they got to that point? Because every time they beat the hell out of a prisoner and a prisoner filed a lawsuit or complaint, what did Albany do? They said there's no video footage. They said the body cams wasn't working. The videotapes in the jail, they ain't working. They just so happened it wasn't working that day. So this is how the police get empowered or emboldened to that point, to where they feel, hey, we could kill a man right here on videotape. Don't even worry about those body cams. Ain't nobody gonna never see that. Commissioner, he gonna delete them. He gonna say it wasn't working. The only way this story made it out to jail is that one of those nurses that was involved said, I'm not having this, I'm blowing this up, I'm going to the media. And that's the only way you're hearing about this situation or seeing those videotapes. Other than that, OSI, Inspector General, Kathy Hochul, the Commissioner, the Attorney General, everybody would have made sure the world would have never seen those videotapes. I'm telling you this because I live in this motherfucker. And I see the same shit every day. When I file a FOIA request for a videotape, they say, hey, video wasn't working that day. But let it be something that's not in my favor, that's against me, and then the videotape, all of a sudden, it was working that day. Anytime it's against them, it's never working. But if it's against me, and they want to find me guilty of something, they got the videotape all day, every day. So the first thing that has to happen to make sure that this don't happen again, the number one thing is that docs cannot be in control of the video footage. They can't be in control of the audio footage. They can't be in control of nothing in my favor. They should never be in control of anything, if you ask me. But they definitely can't be in control of the evidence that's going to eventually put them in jail. Because who in the world is going to turn over evidence that's going to put them in jail? That's the problem here. These people are in control of everything. So no matter what the governor or the commissioner or the legislator tell you, oh, we're going to reform this or we're going to reform that, listen, stop the fucking nonsense.